Hello everyone, welcome back.
Now that you
The
cleared
other world.
the archive is up for grabs. I suggest handing it to the faction that won't gum up its controls with Sprat Crisp grease.
Through artificial means. 10% wholly plus
Hello everyone, welcome back to the other worlds too.
And this month's winner of Auntie's Jingle Contest TM
We must be very close to the end.
who submitted the following audio recording.
I love Auntie, yes I do. Her hair looks real, like a real hairdo. I love Auntie, so do you. Let's buy Sisty Bits, covered in goo.
Congratulations, Janie. You and your family win a full year's supply of Borst Pockets for one low price.
Borst Pocket.
Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume
With Auntie's choice.
What the hell?
As your peerless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I might appear
Hello
above
everyone.
the occasional frivolity, but no, I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base rank and file. My, how imaginative. And don't get me started on their arbitrary rule changes. Bronzing is prohibited in the Tuesday and Thursday zones?
Okay. We made the mistake. Back to the third floor. Sorry everyone. I thought this was the place, but it was not clearly.
Commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate denied the consumptions yet, we
Enrage. The Goomerang.
do what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously lengthy approval process our overbearing neighbors employ.
Boom.
Why wait 20 years to bring a new product to market when it can be enhancing people's lives now? As a responsible member of society, we allow you to take part in public product testing.
From pop guns to self-propelled cannons,
Can't tell
I
the
have
difference
whatever
between
size
cover
weaponry
and
you need to
concealment.
make all your problems test.
Before someone succeeds in ventilating.
The brick company.
Nice work. A sterling performance by both of us. I've been waiting to give everybody. You've heard about the Spacer's Choice and Auntie Cleo merger,
Yep.
I'm sure. But things went down a little. Auntie was after Earth went dark. Auntie was tech, but everything she's been doing since has been quasi-legal at best, including her being CEO. This little rube. If I were Auntie, and thankfully I'm not, I'd say she's betting if she takes over Arcadia, she can prevent all that from happening. Success here leading to success there and such. No thanks. Appreciate you helping my vital message be heard here.
The value landed Esplanade.
Can't tell the difference between cover and concealment. Then you need a good...
Da-da-da.
Trinicular.
I'll have you know my panhandling license is completely up to date.
Any update on the man in the Moon Man mask? Heard the announcement.
Auntie isn't
assumed that
reading
was your
charge of
doing.
Auntie's show.
Wait! What? What? Wait, this is bad. Knowing this is not good.
What?
Says here, unfinished business leaves one undone. Trim loose ends before everything comes unraveled. Well, that sounds rather dire.
Yeah, Twombly. Maybe we should worry more about them right now?
As long as you used to pay me, then forget I exist.
Sounds like a tip-top action.
We accept your term.
Oh, you sounded just like an upper middle manager right then, Twombly. Good job.
As I have the gas. Frozen Pursuit. Hello. How are you?
Trinicular. Arriving any moment now. Approaching
What
station.
nature heedlessly assembled and vastly rebettered it through artificial means. At Auntie's choice,
We're back.
Yes, time is bits. Tell us how it went.
Yes, well...
You even remember the... Now, any other uninformed insights you're looking to share?
A satisfactory effort, my ameliorator. I had hopes your talents would yield a result a mite more in our favor, but good work overall. Anything else you'd like to report?
There you go. What do a bunch of eggheads know about marketing? Marketing isn't some rigmarole you can plug into a computron.
It requires...
Hold things up. Go ahead.
With pleasure! The archive on Cloister analyzed millions of variables with bazillion...
Some oversight. We're at real marketing is gut-driven. It's not something you think.
Yes.
I'm the head of the Protectorate. Auntie wants details on their methodology, pharmacology. Oh, do tell. I hope you gathered... Well...
Better
Now, I assume our people will extract details about the pharmacology and methodology. Can't say
How true.
What else can you tell us about the place? Turn up any additional... what else? But still, they keep on marketing. Oh, good to know, good to know. Excellent. Along with... Too bad about the lead scientist. Converting him would have earned you an above-average... All right.
Congratulations.
So your preliminary chores are I remember. Tell me, as an outside agent, do you have any quandaries working with our organization? Good. Do hope so. Certain communications have even been exchanged between our ship and the Order's headquarters. You've spoken to the delegates, yes? A cessation of hostilities could present any number of potentially profitable options, assuming we could work out favorable terms. Oh, my security team would never allow it, but a call like this over a secure line should... Of course, Ruth would also need to agree. Perhaps if you were to perform a few useful errands for the Order, you might earn a meeting with her to propose the same. Have Ruth...
Have time for a chat, Commander?
Sure.
Commander, you hear my interview over the... Seems all the evidence we brought Thessaly made an impression. Other VPs are fearing for their jobs now. Can you imagine? Reckon nobody will touch Willard's work now. Definitely. If I ain't said it recently, then let me say it again. Thank you. Come on. You know, I really... So yeah. A better life is possible. I will. Anyhow.
Ooh. The briefing about Virgil.
I am prepared to speak freely. Certainly. I consider myself an open tone. Virgil, it's a shame there may only be one supreme arbiter.
Associate Field, Huntsfield.
Any news from the field? Any further progress? Well, pleasure doing business with you.
Ooh. Changing the defeats. Shot Bill's bounty. Let's get to Paradise. We are finishing up quests and preparing for the end.
Have you viewed any serials of no? Speak freely. Certainly. I consider myself an quite... Was there more in this vein you wish to discuss? She taught those... Her death weighs leaden on my shoulders. We only... And not... But be that as it may, the Consul shall not lead Arcadia in the Sovereign's stead.
Paradise Island. We are very close. Finishing up quests. The grand plan.
Look grim, Commander.
Fortificator at ready status. Deploying discombobulator. Check your scopes for combatant and...
Them down. Fortification in progress.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Fortification.
Wow. Went sour. Must be better prepared next time. It was a bit my mistake also. But yeah. Shit.
At your word, I shall talk! Fortificator at ready status.
Combatant scan. Corpification in progress.
Locking them down. Go for fortification. Reducing enemy.
Pulling, but unhit.
Apologies.
No target, no attack.
I have a fix on their weaknesses. Reviving the one is capable of.
What's that? Havazi. Egy óra lesz. Fél 10.
Fortificator at ready status. To battle!
Mitigating the threat. Fortification in progress. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Your vitals look grim, Commander. I am loath to admit I require medical assistance.
Dun, 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 dun. The satellite. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Tell me what ails you.
Többit megeszem, jó? Nehogy arra múljon. Ayo bala. Bala maç. Asın tan.
You bring a cultist into my presence? I was under the impression that you had eliminated the cultists in Newton. But I suppose it is not utterly beyond the realm of possibility that you converted one. Just watch her. The purveyor of convictions? Not possible. She's too public. I'm choosing to entertain though it should. If there's nothing else so pressing to discuss, I'd like to return to my. Yes! Don't tell anyone about that outburst, please. Here's something to keep you quiet. Yes, I've informed the presiding. I'm sure I don't.
She looks like
always
Marisol.
proclaimed patience as a virtue, but I am pleased my waiting is finally at. For so long you have. Now with your arrival, the Order nears the totality of its goals, provided you are willing to stick. As I told you in my message, a splinter group was responsible for recruiting your fellow agent. The conviction of their interpretation of the data was at odds with mine. I forbade them taking action, to no avail, obviously. I disavowed. Faith is trust. Now then, I am Ruth Bassar, third presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant, supreme calculator. I admit, when I sent my initial message, I did not exactly know your recent exploit confronting an assassin, and thereby sparing the delegates' lives before the rift inexplicably destroyed the station. Such a commendable effort is worthy of acknowledgement. If your actions were so easily imitable, however, there's something of even greater. I just received the most curious transmission from Auntie Cleo. She wishes to discuss a partnership of sorts. And I must admit I have significant doubts about colluding with an entity like Auntie's Choice. Why should the Order agree to even entertain the possibility? Auntie Cleo.
Ruth Bassar.
What is with the anomalous behavior?
Let pinpoint what you and I can accomplish for the Order.
What do you need, Commander?
a rift date.
I highly recommend you vacate my immediate vicinity. Okay.
Oh, please.
That's one way to become the center of attention.
Gillora. La 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 la. Lascia vittat ki vagy. Hát volt. Dehogy nem volt. Mi nem visszad apádra?
The worst impulses.
Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume with Auntie's Choice.
Look who it is, the instigator of this little... Her mathematicalness should be along soon, unless the leader of the orders to... there we are. Apologies for the delay. We were resolving some technical issues. Cloister's atmosphere has a tendency to... Oh, yes! Regale us with a thorough account of This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit. I expected better. Don't take that. If I was discourteous, I apologize. So long as our mediator proves up to the task, surely we can remain civil. If not, these negotiations may prove short indeed. I suppose you've passed muster. Certainly not averse to getting your hands dirty. But the give and take of deal-making is another matter entirely. From where I'm positioned, I sense 3 sore points still in need of massage. Point 1, control of the archive. Point 2, oversight of production and distribution of skip cores. And point 3, management of Rift technology. If there is one subject at the forefront of my mind, it is the archive. Before we go any further, I want it in writing that the Order will take full control of the archive without interference from Auntie's choice. What? So the Order can set it fruitlessly idling for another few centuries? We would put it to far more practical use. Imagine the marketing strategies it could develop. I would sever my own hand before giving custody of the archive over to a corporation. Humanity's ascension depends on its calculations. No, such a condition is out of the question. Amenable to that proposition. Less work on our part. I'm waiting to hear an argument that would support such a ludicrous proposal. I certainly agree. Why, it's as if you've read my autobiography/corporate training manual. The Order is not a business. We are not beholden to such strictures. Nor do I believe humanity would be improved by yoking progress to profit margins. No one said anything about involving money. Ruth, on the subject of science, it would be most prudent for us to discuss who will be overseeing the management of skip drives, specifically the production of... No one understands production like we do. Besides which, we have... Where Auntie's... So you ramp up production? And then what? Hand skip drive... We would be diligent about who we licensed out the skip drives to. And a monopoly over space travel is precisely what I wish to avoid. This technology should benefit all humanity. Exactly right. I will want to run some calculations to be sure, but I'm willing to concede on this point for now. There is still the question of who takes possession of the Protectorate's rift technology. Although the science is still largely theoretical, this technology could be used to not only close rifts, but create new ones.
Exactly.
A danger. The Order would fritter away valuable time endlessly hand-wringing what to do with the technology. Auntie's choice would actually use it. For good, of course. In a gainful a 50-50 split. But that's so... equal. A poke in the eye would cost me less overhead.
Exactly.
If Ruth's open to it, I shall look forward to... There is one final matter I wish to discuss. I require some chemicals that I have been told are manufactured at a plant on Praetor, controlled by Auntie's choice. I know which plant you're referring to, Ruth, and what comes out of it is hardly safe for general use. Out of professional curiosity, what could you possibly need with such dangerous compounds? Running a little experiment, are we? That is, quite frankly, none of your concern. Precisely. Partners don't withhold secrets, although they can and probably should withhold extremely dangerous chemicals if not properly notified of... I will make no progress with my request. While the archive is an infinitely complex machine, an equally complex apparatus has been designed which allows one to interact with it directly, brain to lot. Unfortunately, this headgear exacts a rather tremendous cost on the wearer. A certain panacea is needed to survive it, but I require these chemicals to finish it. Certainly, but nothing I'm not prepared to suffer. And I thought we were the ones who threw caution to the wind. Ah, well, Ruth, if worst comes to worst, I'd be happy to serve a generous offer. But I fear you lack a certain number of qualifications. Conscience, for example. There is a strong likelihood that it will short-circuit my limbic system, eradicating my... Oh, so you'll be even more of... Only a child uses fun as a metric of any significance. That math is confidential. But I have enough reason to believe the outcome. I did not Oh, how it's best, I'll say, is today. Arriving at any arrangement, even remotely equitable, was statistically improbable. Be glad our mediator managed to find a middle path forward. As am I. Well, that'll be all for today. Don't forget to purchase the latest in Auntie's Choice products out on the... And do come see me personally. One moment. There are still the logistics of recapturing the archive. We'll, of course, provide our expert troops to support these efforts. For us, Auntie's troopers will certainly help us manage the Protectorate forces easier. Especially if so, but it would be irrational to expect you to endanger your own life without a more specific strategy in place. Fortunately, I have already given this some thought. First, Order forces must move into our former headquarters at Spyreton. A simpler task now that you have liberated it. By all accounts, you thoroughly routed the enemy. More importantly, there is a lift located in Spyreton which can deliver our troops into the archive to assist you. Unlocking and calling that lift can only be done from within the archive, however. So you will need to infiltrate the archive by alternate means, via a bridge. Fortunately, I am told you already dealt with the cultists there. Unfortunately, you will still need to find a way past a small rift. There is a computronical key that you will also need to locate. The Calcaduceus grants special access to the archive. Once it is back in Order hands, we will have full control over its systems once more. Rift data. And how did you come by this acquisition, if I may ask? It troubles you. What you had to do to get this data.
What? Yep.
It must have been a difficult... Until the Order has control over the archive again, this discussion is all but moot. May you achieve progress.
The corporate stooges and the Order were good for only one thing, laying waste to one another. Now they are allies? Do I detect a spot of muck on my armor? I shall speak freely.
Let's meet with Auntie.
We've successfully co-opted yet another of our rivals. Can't believe those eggheads accept...
That outside contractor is here. You requested a brief tete-a-tete.
Ah, there you are. Our fresh-faced new go-getter. We meet in the flesh at last. You've proved quite useful. You don't seem much put off by my appearance. It is, I trust this presents no concerns for you, yes? Fortunately, when you're the head of an advanced medical technology corporation, as far as what happened, I was the victim of an unfortunate...
Not exactly. Well, exactly. But not in the way you think. We have a mission for you that...
We've uncovered an opportunity to procure me a new, audaciously improved replacement body. The body I want isn't just some simple yet stylistically sutured... No, to find me the perfect body, you'll be assailing an inappreciably populated automated automech factory over on Praetor. Not just any automechanical, something much, much more That facility, it was the make it mine.
Bolster defend...
Admit I'm...
Yes, there's a sub...
Well then...
Auntie's new mechanical body.
Seize them! Practice ready. Frankly, it's gone.
Hello? Auntie.
Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decide what its subjects get, we respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more,
Soon I'll be able to leave this office in my stylish. You're back. Finally. Finally. Do you have it? Did you bring it here? Alas, oh, let me see it. If you'll all just excuse.
There you are. Congratulations. Now your body's almost as intimidating.
Oh.
What about you? What do you think? Any first impressions you'd like to share? Wonderful! What's more, with their predictive abilities, yes, I am quite... As they say, time is capital, time is bits. You're burning Luger just standing there. Go!
Okay.
Welcome back. In what manner can I assist you? Impossible, I'm afraid. The Protectorate is rather well entrenched at present, and nothing short of an all-out siege. If you're determined, I recommend Welcome back, Agent. In what manner can I assist you? Oh yes, I'm aware. Better to know the spy in our midst than receive a replacement. More. Besides, Miss Doyle's harmless. Has she now?
You should do as she asks. Get her that sample.
This is after collecting the sample, mix it with this liquid tracer. It'll make the drug functionally inert and allow us to track it wherever it shows up next. Not as such. Not at the moment. I did not become the... Here, take this key. It will grant you access to water reconditioning, which you can find on the eastern side of the garden. Don't we all? Nothing beyond what I already included in my 100... Of course, Landon, were his methods wrong? Unequivocally. Should he have come... But let's move on to other topics, please. The garden. My word, you should have seen the debates over. And it was. Cloister has two things in abundance. Ice, indeed. It's been a favorite bone fought over by the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
If it isn't my favorite collaborator. I thought I said we shouldn't be seen together. No need to wait for permission. Ask them. Then, if I had to theorize, Sub-Rose...
Any updates concerning our mutual, friend, caffeine celebrant Doyle? You are correct about one thing. I am not happy about it. Yes, this is disappointing news indeed.
I am busy. Speak quickly so that we may best utilize this time. Call it proof. Laplace's. It saddens me to see the garden so despoiled by our wartime. Through a unanimous vote involving all members of the Lord. If you mean how I was selected, more specifically, the preceding bishop recommended me. My predecessor, presiding Bishop Orlo, and I counted him a friend. Orlo shared. I recall that fear. Call.
If my younger self could see me now, exchanging pleasantries with a
Let pinpoint what you and I can accomplish for the Order.
Be the statistical exception to the natural state of entropy in the universe.
You lose.
Stop deviating from the baseline.
As predicted, Spireton is ours. Above average work. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have numerous applications.
Commander, when is the patrol back?
Proceeding to the archive.
Gone astray? Look a stain today. Are you mentally refreshed?
Remember, all subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul.
The council is dead.
The Consul provides, the system abides. Prudence dictates. We rout all disruptive influences.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
Coming up on some foes.
Stubbed my damn... Take it down. I got troublemakers. Help you? Let me know when you needed a stretch.
They never question, never do.
The word I shall charge! Someone has been at this equipment, looting it for parts. It's possible they may yet have what we need to reactivate this lift. And wouldn't you know it, there's a foreign wire here, siphoning power. Perhaps it's best to follow it.
Oh. Not sure how you managed to approach unnoticed. Could be at were you left behind? Why, after only just 2 weeks on my own. So I've recently why? Just the other day. Yes indeed. I know this cave. Why, you'd probably need the necessary innards to its control. Look at you. Scrounging like a proper survival expert. Stealing, one might say. Only room for one of us to do that. Look at you. Scrounging like a proper survival expert. Stealing, one might say. Only room for one of us to do that here, though.
Hoyt. Name's Hoyt, right? I've noted some right sophisticated interactions among the Crabbles lately. Intricate courtship rituals. Coordinated group efforts, all about thermal transfer. When my unit was first stationed down here, I kept making excuses to sneak off and observe them. Product research, I said. Very hush-hush. Eventually gave my lieutenant a field promotion and ordered them all away. Been living off the land here like the Crabbles ever since. Their unfertilized roe actually makes for some good eating. Included some with this message. Eat up.
Remember, all subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul.
Looks like the cavalry's just rolled in.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate seal for their assigned work? Report them for mental... Post haste.
Remember those rejected grapple craft materials that got shipped here? I sold them to a protectorate officer who was low on supplies. Said it was imitation grapple meat. Imagine all those whole heads moving down
Ignore that. I promise you this is merely tomfoolery. There's no way we were eating failed experimental material.
No, I didn't know. No, that criminal lied. What a resounding lack of ethics. I hate some too. I'm going to be...
Oh, that's... I don't feel right.
No! Stay away from the turret! No, no!
My stomach turns with disgust and anger. Those who would broker a deal with anti-choice should be force-fed these rations to death.
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
dictates. We cherish
Hostile not.
Nobody around. That's citizen blessing on the authority of the sovereign. Drop it the way. You lot could hit the wrong side of a freighter.
Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
We should keep moving, Commander. Talk about a feat of industrial engineering. The skill alone. Stick close, Commander. Wouldn't want you wandering off your lost.
Caduceus, not detected. Entry kindly, yet firmly declined.
What was in those rations? Oh, will this gastric nightmare never cease? No need for violence. I yield. I am the... I still have trouble saying that. Certainly. Certainly. If you have... I would pass the Caduceus on to you. In exchange for granting by all rights, no. Capitulation, I can stomach. Collusion, I cannot. I refuse to assist you more. Here, you are now operator of the archive. Congratulations. Be warned, you may find it a temperamental machine. Some maintenance may be required. Is there a protectorate curativist house? I feel rather woogly.
Caduceus detected. Alternative operator postulated. Concluded. Harmonizing replacement. Greetings, sentient.
Archive support wing.
to the archive. I am UENIAC, the Universal Equation Numeric Integration. With the aid of my operator, I, a non-sentient inorganism, marshal vast computational resources across the moon of Cloister. That, I fear, would be a misleading choice of words, as it implies a form of sentience or cognition. Applied statistics might be functionally more apt. My express programmatic to optimize profits. To maximize them, to attract them.
I have the sinking sensation that this contraption...
Beg your pardon. How may I best facilitate your efforts? Perusing an impressive accumulation of rift data. Similar in composition, though decidedly not in scope. To that information with the potential to offer unique commercial opportunities. But why simply huck goods better? What is the aim of your query? The previous operator, Assessor Ostergaard of the Protectorate, pursued a like query 1 year, 6 days ago, though the amount you've provided is several orders of magnitude larger. To perform similar calculations of larger scale at current suboptimal...
25.7 years, and any job over 2 decades is billed by the hour.
Calculatory processing presently hovers around 4... In order to improve calculatory processing of rift data in a timely manner, repairs must be made to address the damage done by Protectorate and Auntie's Choice operators. I am afraid that no is a mathematical... No must... I am unlocking cold storage over repairing... Why is that optional? Our continued existence should be a... It is an archive. The sum total of all our accumulated when active, I can process the rift data. Yet, who cares about a herd of pea-brained, ill-humored,
The roving minds in the Order can fix...
It is difficult to accurately ascribe an exact causal breakdown between premeditated sabotage, collateral harm. Some attempts by non-Order operators to reprogram my priorities have also led to issues. Inverting targeting protocol, any Protectorate still on the ground level is now being fired upon. Permissions within other... Return later. Tab up!
Hardly a welcoming scene. Be wary, lest we join the ranks of the corpses yawn. I shall not stay your retreat.
me.
Assist me, will you? My death would be a stain on both of us. You have my thanks and my hammer. First Arbiter suit prototypes contain temperature control mechanisms, which were phased out due to frequency of combustion. But at present, I wouldn't mind trying my luck.
Nobody is sure where you came from, though everyone agrees you were not down here when the doors sealed, and watching you move through these caves is quite this. You're an ally. Wonderful. Law knows we can use more, especially down here. So why are you here? And more importantly, you what? On your... Why aren't you just an absolute marvel? What is your goal now? We could greatly... That... It froze every person fighting inside the complex. Order and the Protectorate both. To solid ice. They said... Wouldn't that have... I suppose it speaks to how rarely I'd crunch these sorts of equations under stress. As my compatriots died beside me. We need a way out of this tomb. When the Protectorate took the archive, they locked all the lifts. The automatic... If you can reach the terminal and reactivate the lifts, I can Thank you, friend. May all your...
About some
Unleash my fight!
Further, the console provides, the system
These guards didn't see us coming. That goes aside.
To retrieve key data in cold storage in its present state requires a series of manual overrides. The first will enable identification of the storage brick housing the information. If you encounter opposition, remember, our needs come first.
Copy that.
Reminds me when practically frozen stiff. Less dead though.
Data brick identified. Proceed to the cartridge extractor controls. There, perform a manual override to allow extraction.
What? What just happened? I didn't do... Wait! You out there, what did you just... Please, come talk to me. I must know what you did. What in the name of... You've been trying to... What did you do? You mean to say we've ended with... What does it do? How does it work? Please, tell me every... Truly? Why, if... Oh, I've been working for a moment. Perhaps. How much do you know about cellular biology and the inverse hydrophilic transitionary replacement theory? Well, I suppose. Meaning, therefore, if I can remove counter... Why, with... Let's start...
Sovereign, forgive me. All I saw was an endless sea of snarling Order traders pouring into the facility, and in that moment, my faculties desperately scrabbled to save ourselves. In my terror, I recalled the facility's safety briefing and the dire warnings of the fire suppression system. Suddenly, my body rushed into action without the benefit of my wits. And with no thought for my fellows, I triggered the system, horrifically transmuting every person on the outside of a pressure door into a grotesque sculpture of solid hoarfrost. I know the paradigm freely sacrifices subjects in defense of the Protectorate. It would be a despicable...
I wonder if there's some way for the machines you've accessed to help me in my research. Please, excuse me while I explore the various possibilities.
Much easier to do it this way.
Prudence dictates we rout all disruptive influences.
There, a misbegotten fool to fall.
Trust the plan, preserve set progress, sustain the system, serve the sovereign.
duty of every protection.
What? Is it stuck? Nah. If it ain't one thing, it's another.
Data brick extraction initiated. Proceed to the rail operations platform to reposition brick for export. Note, Protectorate troops have become alerted. Apartments and sponges. Go through them if necessary.
Things take time, Commander. Hey, got a distraction for you.
Whatever you need, Commander. Just name it.
Oops.
Ain't finished yet, Commander. We still need to send the data brick to the archive before we're done here.
I have the sinking feeling that we have forgotten something.